This April the 24th Picks edition of the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up at underdogfantasy.com, promo code MLB SGPN to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. Welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is St. George's Day. Anyone who listened yesterday will know this. It is Wednesday, April the 23rd. We are here to handicap a little turbo card. Me and Dylan got the easy shift again, 2 weeks running. The bosses are slacking for Thursday, April the 24th. Joining me from somewhere in New York is Mr. Dylan Rockford. D-Rock, how are you?
Oh, I'm over the moon, Mal. I was telling you before we got on here, past few days, Monday, Tuesday, and now Wednesday, been great. Monday, I was scared. Forrest's been dropping a little bit, but big win against Tottenham, 2-1, Wood with a fantastic goal. And now the Mets. Wednesday, we swept those fucking Phillies 7 in a row. I mean, the boys are hot. I'm not really very positive about my teams, but, man, it's been good being a Met fan lately.
I was going to ask you about those Mets. They do appear to have the Phillies exactly where they want them at the moment. I never got the sense that the Mets were like going to win that game today. They always just, even when the scores were tied, they were sort of unevenly tied. Like Philly seemed to have the upper hand, and then Mets just turned it around at the end and got over the line again, didn't it?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, our pitching has been fantastic. Hitting's been okay. I'm still worried about Juan Soto a little bit, but Pete Alonso, I mean, he's been on fire right now, and it doesn't matter what it is. Every guy is stepping up, and it seems like it's a new guy every game. We got Starlin Marte walked it off for us today at home. We ended the homestand 7-0. I'm not too worried about Edwin Diaz. He came out with like a sore left hip. It kept cramping up, but I think he'll be just fine. And now we get the Washington Nationals, so looks like another very easy series.
Yeah, Pete Alonso is looking good. My RBI leader bet, he's currently tied for the lead. I know it's early days, but it's nice to feel like you've got a little chance anyway.
Absolutely.
There's been 5 early games today. I'm going to count up how we did. So the Braves beat the Cardinals. I know I lost on that one because I faded the Lizard King, as did Jason in the chat as well. Faded the Lizard King, but the Braves just look a little bit broken to me. Excuse me. They managed 3 runs in the 8th inning to get the win today against the Cardinals. But they just, I don't know, they had a couple of runners on base in the first inning, and Ozuna just strikes out. It just looked lazy. You're like, put the ball in play. Let's see what we can manufacture. Just looked a little bit lazy, so I lost on that one. The Tigers we had to beat the Padres, check. The Mets to beat the Phillies, check. The Reds to beat the Marlins, check at plus money. That was one of the dogs of the day.
Love it.
In the New York Yankees' first 5. So there you go. I'll take a 4-1.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know that was the score. When I promise I didn't count them up, secretly knowing that I'd gone 4-1. I just checked on the slide. And now there's been a really weird gap. There's no live games between the Mets finishing and the next game starting in about an hour's time. So that's disappointing for me. I am sitting with Top of the Pops on the telly, if you know what that is. What we're going to talk about. Oh, the draft, the NFL draft is on this week. Live watch with the boys. All the hosts, or most of the hosts, are on. Dylan's still sulking. He didn't get to do the Jets. Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. That's youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. Me and Barry are doing the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll see who they're going to draft to give Blake Bortles that extra little bit of help that he needs in the offensive position. 8 games again, Dylan. Tomorrow, lots of baseball, which is good. We will start with a 1:10 Eastern first pitch between the Chicago White Sox and the Minnesota Twins. Shane Smith for the White Sox, Chris Paddock for the Twins, -240 Minnesota, +195. The White Sox total here is 8.5. We've had the same problem all week long in that you don't really want to take Minnesota at what, -250. What price were they yesterday? -250 with David Fester. And they won the Monday game 4-2. And that's kind of what you're looking at. It's quite a simple read. Because Shane Smith will pitch well and the White Sox will get beat. That's kind of what happens. He's had 4 good starts now, Shane Smith. He's been excellent. He's been an excellent fantasy pickup, actually. 22 and 1/3 innings, a 2.82 ERA, a 0.94 whip. It's all great, but 4 defeats is fine. So this really depends on how close the White Sox can keep it. They would have covered the handicap in 2 out of 4 occasions on those Smith starts. And it's Chris Paddock. No one's betting Chris Paddock at -240. You shouldn't be allowed money if you want to do that. He's had 4 starts, 4 defeats, all on the run line. His last 2 starts actually been okay. He's kind of been the victim of the fact that Minnesota haven't been great. A poor start of the season. Smith is 4-0 to the first 5 under. Paddock's last 2 starts were okay. In both offenses, if you pull up any kind of chart, they're just plastered in red, which is bad. Bad O's. That 4-2 Monday game looks like a beautiful comparison. 8.5's way too high, but I'm going to take a first 5 under just in case the White Sox bullpen go mad. First 5 under White Sox Twins, Dylan.
Yeah, I'm going to start with an under as well. Under 8.5 is how I would play this game. My total came out to 7.7. I know we see Chris Paddock, and I think a lot of us automatically want to back the over, but he is a much different pitcher at home than he is on the road. On the road, I agree, he's kind of a fade, but at home, I think he's backable in some spots, especially here against a bad White Sox team. Only 4 runs given up at home this year. Walks have been a problem for him, but White Sox, they're 23rd in the league in walks per game. They hit under 200 on the road. And outside of that one game over the weekend against the Red Sox where they did put up 8 runs, they haven't scored more than 3 runs in the last 9 games. So I'm out on the White Sox. And on the other side, Shane Smith, he hasn't been that bad on the road. 2.53 ERA. Batters only hitting $1.58 off of him. Twins have gone under this total 4 out of their last 5 games. Wind blowing in Minnesota as well. So I like the first 5 under. Bullpens do scare me a little bit, but actually the White Sox bullpen hasn't been as bad as recent years so far. Still is early on, but yeah, I like under 8.5. I think the total is too big.
Okay, team ride on the under, Dylan. Nice start, love it. 1:35 Eastern. First pitch, the Seattle Mariners are at the Boston Red Sox. Brian Wu for the Mariners and left-handed pitcher Garrett Crochet for the Red Sox. -165 Boston behind their ace. Seattle +140. Total, Dylan, is 8, or if you want it, you can have an 8.5.
Yeah, going with a little sprinkle here with the Red Sox -1.5 at +136. Garrett Crochet, he's been remarkable at home. 0.77 ERA, just 1 run given up in 11 innings. And Mariners, they struggle against left-handed pitchers, just 214 on the year hitting. And meanwhile, Brandon Rui is a good pitcher, but on the road, in my opinion, he's just not backable right now. Mariners have lost both of his starts. He has a 4.85 ERA, 7 runs given up in 13 innings. I don't really think this is a good spot for him. Red Sox have really been hitting the ball weltly. Trevor Story, he's starting to heat up. It's nice to see him heat up in the month of April as well. Red Sox are averaging 6 runs per game in their last 5. So behind Garrett Crochet, their ace, I think they keep it rolling here at home. -1.5, it would be the play for me.
Boston -1.5. You're that confident, Dylan. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Wu's steady. Good length you get out of him. His 2 better starts have been at home. His 2 road starts, he's given up 7 earned runs across the 2. Crochet's results have been great without quite looking as good as he can. I still think there's more improvement to come from Crochet. He saw the White Sox in his last 2 starts, which doesn't really count. Crochet is 5-0 to the under. Seattle are 4-2-1 to the under against left-handed pitching, and that's good enough for me. Again, I thought the 8.5 was too big. I had quite a few totals to kick this card off with, but I'm going to take under 8.5 in the Mariners at the Red Sox. Randy's joined us in the chat. Randy, welcome along, as has Aaron. Aaron, who maybe wants to over on the Red Sox, Aaron. We'll see about that. Next up, I'm going to tell you about Edge Boost, and I haven't read this, and I should have done first. Here we go. Edge Boost is the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums, earn cashback rewards, 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with the promo code SGPN. Deposit $25. Edge Boost will match the deposit and make sure to let them know SGPN sent you. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And we're brought to you by mybookie.ag, your place to bet on every sport, including the NBA playoffs and NFL draft. Props for every game. The MyBookie money bag is there. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. Crypto payouts are fast. The thing to do is head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN, for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. T's and C's apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. 2:10 Eastern first pitch is the Colorado Rockies at the Kansas City Royals. Chase Dollander for the Rockies. Left-handed pitcher Cole Reagans for the Royals, who are minus 270, with the Rockies at plus 220 and the total at 8.5. I mean, minus 270 with Reagans is a little bit more palatable than minus 240 with Chris Paddock. Chase Dollander has a 7.36 ERA. He's got a 164 whip. But if you wanted to make a case for Dollander here, his 2 blow-up starts were in Coors Field, kind of understandable. His only road start, if you want to take that in isolation, he managed 5 2/3, 2 earned runs and 7 strikeouts at the Padres, which isn't a bad effort at all. They still lost the game 2-0, the Rockies, because they're dog shit. But Dollander went all right for a little bit. Reagans has just been amazing in his last 3 starts. 1 earned run in each of those. 10 strikeouts, 10 strikeouts, 11 strikeouts. And the 3 games have been dead under for the Royals. I'm going to give Dollander a chance to stifle this KCR offense. The Royals offense hasn't been brilliant. So just for a little while, the Rockies can maybe hang with him. If Dollander can reproduce that effort, that performance that he did at the Padres, it's another first 5 under in this one. Bit of a slow burner, Dylan.
Yeah, I like the total as well. I'm going to go under 8.5 at minus 122. My total came out to 7.1. I think, first off, 2 very underwhelming teams this year. And we know typically you really want to fade the Rockies away from Coors in general. And I can't imagine we see another high-scoring affair in this game. Either Rockies, they're hitting 184 on the road. They struggle against lefties. And I think we see a bounce-back start from Cole Reagans after his last performance. That really wasn't that good. He has been better at home, only 1 start, small sample size. But they've gone under this total in 3 straight games, 10-3 towards the under on the road for the Rockies. And on the other side, Chase Dollander, he isn't the best pitcher either, but he has been serviceable in his 1 start on the road. He held the Padres, a really good hitting team. It's only 2 runs. That game finished 2-0. Royals, like you said, they're really not a good hitting team as well. 206 off of righties. They've gone under this total in 4 out of their last 5 games. 2 poor hitting teams. 2 teams I really don't trust scoring runs either. Yeah, I'm going to go under 8.5 at minus 122.
Okay, another team right, Dylan. We are on the same page so far. 3:45 Eastern first pitch is the Milwaukee Brewers at the San Francisco Giants. Tobias Myers is back for the Brewers. It will be Landon Root goes for the San Francisco Giants. Giants are minus 135. Brewers plus 115. Total D-Rock is 7.5.
Yeah, give me the Giants here, straight up minus 130. My lines made him a minus 140 favorite. I can't back Tobias Harris in this. Tobias Harris. I'm thinking of the fucking the Detroit Pistons in basketball. I'm sorry, the Tobias Myers in his first start, especially here on the road. Giants are a great hitting team. They're hitting 264 at home. They're patient at the plate. They draw walks. They get on base. They hit the long ball well as well. So I don't know. I just think this is a bad spot for him to be making his first start of the year. And for the Brewers in general, I don't like backing them on the road. 4-7 straight up on the road this season. And as a dog, just 2-7 straight up the Brewers. And Linden, I think I pronounce it Rupp. So that's how I'm going to say it. I think he's just a much better pitcher from what we've seen so far. Giants have a great bullpen. They're backed by the third best bullpen in the league. So I don't mind them in this spot here. Minus 130, I think, is a fair price. So I'm going to be on the Giants here.
You reminded me there, Dylan, mentioning the Pistons. Have they started playing their playoffs yet? Because I completely out of the blue said Pistons in 6 last week, and you all laughed at me.
They tied the series 1-1 with my Knicks.
Here we go. Pistons in 6. I can almost commence typing NBA expert into my bio, as well as everything else. NFL draft expert, golf, horse racing. Well, I don't know what's wrong with Tobias Myers, Dylan. I don't know what you've got against him. This is his season debut. I'm returning from a little oblique injury in spring training. He's looked good in rehab. I think he is ready for a full load here. He had a sub-3 ERA in 2024. I think he'll struggle to replicate that. He's not a big strikeout guy either, but he'll be okay. I've got no qualms with him at all, really, in a pitcher-friendly ballpark. Roop has a 4.09 ERA in his 4 starts. Only 1 home start, and it went really well. He gave up 1 earned run against 6 against Cincinnati. He should go well again. I like him the same as you. I like both pitchers, Dylan. I'm going dead under again. We handicapped this game last night, myself and Scott, and it's 3-2 to somebody. And I don't see why this one's going to be any different. It's a classic Giants home game. Someone wins 3-2, and we can cash in under 7.5. Next up will be we're into the evening slate here, a 6:45 Eastern first pitch between the Baltimore Orioles and the Washington Nationals. It will be left-handed pitchers for both clubs. Cade Povich for the Orioles. For the Nats, it is Mackenzie Gore, and it's relatively tight on the books. Minus 115 Washington, minus 105 Baltimore. Total is at 8.5. As Lube joins us in the chat, Lube, welcome along. Lube had some great insights the other night. Monday night, I think. Lube sat with me and Scott and was top class, so welcome along. Povich was doing okay until last time when he got hit around thoroughly for 7 earned runs in 3 1/3 off the Cincinnati Reds, and he walked 5 batters in that game. He needs to bounce back because I don't mind him. And frankly, the Orioles have got 0 pitching, so if he's going to be rubbish, the Orioles are going to have even more problems. Mackenzie Gore, I keep missing. I don't know how I haven't won money on Mackenzie Gore so far. Since the opening day when he was outstanding and lost, I've managed to not win money on him, even though I'm trying my level best. I think he's deserved better than his 2-2 record suggests so far. His 2 home starts against the Phillies and the Dodgers, 2 good offenses, have been very, very good. Baltimore are hitting 165 off left-handed pitching. 165, Dylan. Me and you could hit that. Yeah. I need to get Gore over the line and put some money in my pocket. I don't want Baltimore. They're trending the wrong way. I'll take Washington at minus 115, Dylan.
Yeah, the battle of the DMV. Give me the Nationals here at home. My numbers made them a minus 135 favorite here with Gore on the mound. Yes, the Orioles have been bad, but I can't back Cade in this spot either. He just gave up 7 runs in 3 innings versus the Reds in his last start, and he's backed up by a bottom 10 bullpen as well. Nationals have the worst bullpen, by the way, but the Nationals have hit well at home this year. They're hitting 270 at home. They're 6-4 straight up at home as well. Orioles 4-7 away from Camden Yards, and you mentioned it. Mackenzie Gore has been great at home this year, 1-0, but just a 150 ERA. Batters are hitting 150 off of him as well. And he's faced 2 really good lineups in the Dodgers and the Phillies. So really good. And like you said, Orioles just 165 batting against lefties this year. But you do have to worry about the bullpen I mentioned with the Nationals, the worst in the league. So I would actually take the Nationals in the first 5. I think that's a better way to play the game. But I do think the Nationals are the right side.
I've got a bit of a soft spot for Kyle Finnegan, who closes for Washington. He's like the worst good closer. It's an absolute roller coaster, but he tends to get the job done after allowing several base runners and walks and hits and all sorts. So yeah, shout out to Kyle Finnegan. Keep up the good work. Let's move on. I'll tell you about Underdog Fantasy. First, Underdog Pick'em. Any sport you can play, win up to 100 times your money. Our code is MLB SGPN. That'll get you a special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code MLB SGPN. And Rhythm is your home for AI-backed picks and props. They are now live for MLB, so no reason not to get across there with your baseball plays, NBA and golf. Live over there too. Build your own models is dead easy. Couple of great deals on currently. 25% off a monthly subscription with the promo code SGPN25 and 50% off an annual subscription with the promo code SGPN50. That's RITHMM, promo code SGPN25 or SGPN50. 9:29. There's some mental times this week. 9:29 Eastern first pitch between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the LA Angels. Carmen Mlodzinski for the Pirates. Left-handed pitcher Tyler Anderson for the Angels, who are -145. The Pirates +125. The total, Dylan, is 8.5.
Yeah, another first 5 play for me. Angels a little chalky here, full game, but I don't mind them playing in the first 5. Tyler Anderson, big surprise, not just for me, but I think for the Angels and the entire league as well. I mean, he's been great at home. He hasn't allowed a run in the last 11 2/3 innings. And now I think this is another good spot for him against a bad Pirates team. Just 3-8 on the road for the year for the Buccos. They struggle to hit on the road. And even though the Angels, they've been struggling as well, they have won all 4 starts here for Anderson that he's made. I don't trust their bullpen, the Angels. It's a bottom 5 bullpen. So backing them in the first 5 is how I would play this game. Plus, Malinsky, he's a complete fade for me as well. He has yet to go past the 4th inning on the road. He's given up 4 runs in both of those starts as well. Maybe first 5 over. My total came out to 8.7. I think we'll see some runs here, but they're probably going to come from the Angels side. So, yeah, give me the Angels first 5.
Yeah, I didn't mind the Angels at all. I thought this was a really fair price, -145. Obviously, I don't think long-term taking this price with the Angels is a great strategy, but we faded Pittsburgh a lot this week. We've talked about they don't score enough runs. And Carmen Mlodzinski just isn't going very well. He's given up 8 earned runs in 8 innings pitched in his 2 road starts. Comfortable defeats in both of those. And Tyler Anderson's been outstanding. 4 games, 4 wins, 2.08 ERA, no holes to pick in that. And actually, the Angels have covered the run line in the last 3 of those. So if you wanted to get a bit fruity, you could take the Angels run line. But at -145, I just thought it was a rock solid play. Didn't take too much working out that one for me. Next up is the penultimate game on the show. We've rattled through this, Dylan. It's the 9:40 Eastern first pitch between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Arizona Diamondbacks. It will be Drew Rasmussen for the Rays. Hometown boy Corbin Burns goes for the Snakes, who are -135 favourites, +115 the Rays. The total is set at 8. This was actually found this quite difficult. you've got a pitcher in good form in Rasmussen against a pitcher who, on the face of it, doesn't look in great form in Corbin Burns. Rasmussen's only given up 2 earned runs in his 4 starts so far, and a 0.82 whip tells you that he's in control of what he's doing on the mound. But Corbin Burns was better last time. The key there being 0 walks. He'd been walking too many batters, so maybe he's just settling into the season a little bit. But he did appear still quite hittable. So I was leaning towards the Rays, but they just don't win enough. Tampa Bay, it's really hard to pick them in this spot. I found no trends at all with the totals. They were all conflicting. So I had no choice but to give the Rays a chance. That was my fallback position, was to trust Rasmussen. Maybe the Rays can get one more off Burns that they can get off him. I'll take the Rays at plus 115. I do wish it was a little bit of a bigger price to them.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the other side. I'm going to take the Snakes here at home. My numbers made him a minus 145 favorite. I know Burns, he hasn't really been the best. It really hasn't been the best start of the season for him and for the D-backs, but he has been a little better at home than on the road. And right now, the Rays just seem to be in a big-time slump. They're 0-4 on the road straight up, 3-7 in their last 10 straight up, and they've failed to score a single run in 2 of their last 4 games. Just the offense has been non-existent for the Rays, and even as good as Drew Rasmussen has been for them, he's been spectacular. I just don't trust this club to get him any run support, and Snakes are a team you really want to back at home, 7-4 straight up. They're averaging around 5.5 runs per game their last 5. I don't know. I personally can't back a team that's been struggling that much on offense to win the game, especially on the road. I understand the struggles for Burns, but I like the Snakes here, minus 130, minus 135. I think it's a fair price.
Yeah, Aaron seems quite sweet on the D-backs tonight. The Cubs stifled him in that last series, but the D-backs were hot before that, is Aaron's handicap. So good luck, whichever way you're playing in that one. The final game here is, it's one of your heroes, Dylan. 10:05 Eastern first pitch is the Texas Rangers at the Athletics. It is Jacob deGrom for the Rangers and JT Ginn, hard G, soft G, for the A's. Plus 130, the A's. Minus 155, the Rangers. Total is 9. Do you still love deGrom, or is he dead to you, Dylan? Where do you stand?
He was dead when he left me, but I am happy for
really?
deGrom.
That's hard.
It's a cutthroat world we live in. But I like deGrom. I want to see him. It's crazy. As soon as he left, they wind up going and winning a championship. So I am happy for him. But yeah, minus 145, a little chalky here with deGrom on the mound, but I'll lay the juice. I think sometimes it's worth the squeeze. My numbers did make him a minus 155 favorite. I know the Rangers aren't the best hitting team, but I just expect them to eventually get to this A's bullpen, who's not the best right now. JT doesn't usually go long into games. He has been pitching well, but I think they'll get to that bullpen when he does come out, maybe the 5th inning. We saw a nice bounce back from deGrom in his last start against the Dodgers. The over has been profitable for the A's at home, but not them. They're just 2-8 straight up at home this year. Meanwhile, Rangers, they're 8-2 straight up as the favorite. I think this is a good spot for deGrom. I think they'll get him some run support here to win this. Minus 145, I think is a fair price. I'll be on the Rangers here.
Okay, so a little bit chalky there is Dylan. Yeah, deGrom, his last start was his best. 7 innings, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts against the Dodgers. He's only had 1 road start so far. It wasn't great. He walked 4 in that one. It remains to be seen. As always, the fly in the ointment here is this little small park, the Yankees lookalike park that they're going to play in here. JT Ginn, he's had a couple of starts now. He's been decent. Plenty of swing and miss. He gets his strikeouts. The Rangers have been better against righties. They're 12-7 straight up. The strongest trend I could find in a game that I did find really difficult to handicap was that the A's against right-handed pitching are 13-6 to the first 5 under. Now, I also just mentioned that the Rangers are 12-7 straight up to the under against righties. I think both pitchers can go okay. It's a little bit of a risk for some of the reasons you outlined there, but I'll take a first 5 under in this one. I think the pitchers can go okay. Hopefully, DeGrom can keep the ball in the park. D-Rock, cheeky half an hour for 8 games. Have you got a lock and a dog for us?
Yeah, of course I got a lock and dog for everyone. I'm going to start with my lock, and it's going to be a first 5 we just talked about. I'm going to take the Angels and Tyler Anderson. He's been fantastic for them this year against a bad Pirates team who we really don't want to be backing on the road. Angels first 5, I think they get to him against Molniski, who just, like you said, he's been a fade for everyone here. 4 runs given up on the road in his both of his starts. So yeah, Angels first 5 is going to be my lock. Dog didn't really give too many plus money, but I'll take the Red Sox. I'll sprinkle a little half unit on the Red Sox run line, plus 136. I really like what I've seen from this offense. Trevor Story's really been heating up, and I really think they'll get to Brian Wu. So minus 1.5 at plus 136 is going to be my dog.
Okay. My lock is I'm going to take the under in that game, Dylan, the Red Sox Mariners game. The Crochet, the Mariners, all trending towards the under. Seattle specifically against left-handed pitching. Crochet could shut them down, and I don't mind Wu. So 8.5 would be the line there. I did struggle with underdogs. Like I say, I had more totals than sides here. I think I only ended up with 3 sides out of these 8 games. But the one plus money play I did have was the Rays, the Tampa Bay Rays against the Diamondbacks, which is a huge risk because I think you like the Snakes. The majority of the people in the chat like the Snakes. But Rasmussen's form is going to give the Rays a chance. I would have preferred maybe a better price on the plus 115. If I shop around, I might get one. But yeah, in the absence of alternatives, my underdog play will be the Tampa Bay Rays. And finally, D-Rock, have you got a home run hitter for us?
Yeah, I'm not good at these, full disclosure, but it might be contrarian to my pick, but I do like the Rangers. But if you look at Jacob deGrom, he's let up 5 home runs in the month of April. And who do we always like to go to towards the home runs? It's our old friend Tyler Soldierstrom.
Yes.
He's tied with Cal Raleigh for the most home runs. I think he gets one off of Jacob deGrom, and surprisingly, Jacob deGrom's given up a lot of home runs this month, and that's not usually, or from what I've seen when he was at the Mets, he usually didn't do that. But yeah, I'll take Tyler to hit a home run.
I felt like I was a bit unlucky with my home run pick last night. I picked Austin Wells for the Yankees. I wanted a lefty against Tanner Bybee. Austin Wells didn't actually start. They played the kid catcher. And I'd gone down and named all the lefties in the Yankees lineup. And then the very first pitch of the game, Ben Rice, the left-handed leadoff man, hit one out for the Yankees.
Wow.
So I was kind of right handicap, wrong bloke, which doesn't count for anything as it happens. But there you go. I think we can get just Cade Povich give up many home runs. I'm going to try a Washington National tomorrow. I would kind of like to lean towards Josh Bell, but he's annoying me a little bit. While we go at the top of the order, we'll go James Wood. James Wood for the Nationals against Cade Povich in this situation. A bit of left on left damage. D-Rock, well done, mate. Have you got anything else you want to tell the people about before we let them go?
No, just hopefully my Jets do the right thing. Draft night, picking at number 7, and hopefully the Knicks, they spoil your Pistons in 6. That's all I gotta say.
Fair enough. Okay, mate. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone in the chat. Someone will be back same time tomorrow with the picks for Friday's games. Good luck with all your bets, and we will see you down the road. Cheers.